Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 260 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today, same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll go ahead and give us a recap really quick so we can catch up on current events because the current events are a little weird. Normally, we are on the continent of Midgard and we are dealing with corruption and the creation of new gods. But a little wrench in the plans as half of our party, more than half of our party, has been shunted into different planes by a spell cast by one of the character's sisters, who is intent on finishing what she started. And you guys are in the way, to be honest. Um, so three of you are shunted to different planes. And one of those characters is Fen, who ended up being displaced into a realm with a large forest called the Tangle, which is the home to dinosaurs. Just a bunch of dinosaurs. The Tangle is also a constantly moving labyrinth of trees and foliage. And is ruled over by the dinosaur god Tangelus. And Fen enters into this space, meets some companions who are on a mission to return an egg that had been found in the local market, but should be incubating inside of a temple in the Tangle. You all push forward. You have some encounters with dinosaurs, and then you have some encounters with poachers. And it seems you are content to murder both is really the vibe it seems to be. Um, are they people? Are they lizard? Irrelevant. Um, but you were currently hunting down these poachers for whatever reason each of your character may have for hunting down said poachers. Um, was it because they made you sad because they killed an animal's parent? Perhaps. Was it because they may be responsible for your missing archdruid? Perhaps. Are you just along for the ride because what else are you gonna do? And the world here is fucked up and you don't know what it's about. And but here I am. Could be that. But you are all here in pursuit of these poachers, dealing with a couple dinosaurs along the way. And eventually, you do encounter the poaching group that you believe may have been responsible for the death of the dinosaur you encountered earlier. And you immediately engage in combat. You were not able to get the jump on them, as it seems that they were able to pick up on that they were being pursued. But most of them were dealt with, not without, I think, blood drawn from everyone in the group to an extent. I think everyone is pretty hurt, whether it's from the encounter prior or the encounter now. At least our new friends, not looking super hot if I just had to take a wild guess. But you were able to fell these gun wielding poachers. But one of them takes a package that they were carrying and books it into the forest. And honestly, what a great forest to try to be hiding from people in. There is no clearings. The terrain constantly changes, and maybe she can utilize that. Maybe she cannot. It's really up to the tangle. And that's where we left off. Is a myriad of, I believe, 9 poacher corpses laying on the ground, and one poacher who has slipped into the bushes and is now gone. What are you guys doing?
Is everyone all right?
Injured, but we have work to do. One got away.
I can. I've got a good chance of being able to find her. Let her get to this bow. It's got magical properties. I shot her with it. I'll be able to find her over the course of a week. Once a day, I can know her location. Let her get comfortable. Let her let her slow down a bit.
Mm.
We can try again once everyone's patched up. But honestly, the lot of you look like shit.
I could use some patching.
I will
I can
not deny.
I can do a small
Yes.
amount, but not much. Probably help a couple of you, unless you just want to sit down and have a short rest.
If time is truly not of a great essence. I don't
Well,
know.
Can Saber inspect some of these dead poachers? And I assume they have the weapons on them.
They do.
Well.
Easy enough to see that.
I think we should get rid of these.
Indeed.
take them with us. They
I
might be useful.
still could give them a fireball.
Or maybe we can bury them.
Well, let's see if they've got anything else useful on them.
Yeah. Spitz will assist Saber in going through these guys' things.
Yeah.
I'll steal any healing potions they have.
Yeah. Anything that
that's
looks like
truly
a healing
hopeful.
item.
We're looking for
hopeful
potions.
That's right. That's very, very
Let's see
hopeful.
if they have
Well,
potions.
it's a shame if they didn't bring any.
They probably have daggers.
You haven't seen them do anything magic related.
How do they live?
How do you live without healing potions?
Yeah. How do you live without prestidigitation? Honestly.
Let's go to this one.
Where does the magic stop?
You know what? Hey, welcome back, everybody. Everybody roll a D100.
Oh boy.
What?
Everybody roll a D100. It's been a minute.
Oh no.
I love roll D100. And you guys are going to have to be chill and wait for me because I don't have the strength to remember numbers ever.
But I rolled an 800.
That's
no,
really
hey,
impressive on a
that's
D100.
crazy. I guess you get the
How would you
100
do
8
that?
times.
That's wild, man. What kind of a D100 do you have?
Like, I know I was
Hey.
handing out snacks, but
Well, we'll start with you, Saber. What do you got?
80.
80. What's on the other page? Okay. Give me one more. Everybody give me one more, so you each can have 2.
14? Low.
You find that one of them has a like portable cooking pot on their body. Seems decent quality. And
use this.
I've got friends who are quite fond of pots.
And then roll me a D12.
You a 12, yes.
That sounded like the biggest D12 I've ever in my life.
1.
Hey, this guy has 1 piece of currency on him.
Oh. 1 money.
And a gun. That's just assumed.
Wow. They don't
Nick,
even have dental.
what do we got?
Gun can make many money.
5 and 51.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a D20. Actually, keep your D20 roll. I'm changing it to a luck check.
12.
You find something. I think that's technically the higher end of a luck check if it's split in the middle. You find a map. How useful is that in the tangle? Unclear.
Yeah.
But you find something that looks like this person has like made marks trying to like pinpoint locations.
Try.
They tried, and I will roll to see how good they are at it. But let's see. +0 to intelligence. He's not great at it.
Already off to a strong start.
Not good. And the other one was 51. And then it looks like he has some sort of animal pelt. Moving along, Petrie,
94
24 and
and 12.
12. Mm.
I also got a 94. Should I re-roll that?
Yes.
You see Petrie grab this thing.
Yoink.
This one's mine.
That would be very funny, but I'm going to skip that one. You find some rations. They don't seem to be they're in the best shape, but some rations. You also find a locket.
Mm.
Would you like to open it?
Yeah, we're gonna open it.
Okay. There is a small fingerprint on one side and a lock of hair on the other. It does not match the hair color of the person you took it off of.
He'll put it back.
This was yours.
The snacks, though.
Yeah, you got snacks. Yeah, you can keep his snacks.
This dude isn't using snacks.
No.
He can use his keepsakes, but and then we have Spitz.
52 and 15.
Okay. There is a collapsible fishing pole.
Huh. Huh. Curious.
And a small bundle of feathers.
Saber eyes them.
Everybody likes
recognize
feathers. Yeah, Saber, where these feathers come from?
Hmm?
Where do these feathers come from, Saber?
They look like quite a few birds from this area.
Mm.
Like
Suppose they were trophy feathers.
Yes.
Mm.
Similar to the foot from that
And-
long neck
and
that
Fen?
was felled.
71 and 54.
54. You find a dice set. And
He's not gonna make it to his Monday night game.
oh no.
Fen doesn't play games of chance, but he knows Nyx likes dice, so he'll bring them back for her.
Roll again. Do it one more time. I know you've had to keep rolling again, but do it one more time.
47.
Okay.
Will that suffice?
You find a hatchet. These are the things of interest you find on their bodies. And I'll say a bottle of Tylenol. Throw that on there. Probably some sort of first aid kit with like bandages, those kinds of things. But just like a bottle of some sort of like small capsules and then like adhesive bandages of some sort and something in a squeezy bottle.
Saber doesn't want to have anything to do with that.
I know nothing of this.
I think
Well-
they're probably pills.
They sound like pills. But for what?
Well,
There's
they could
only
be
one way to
for.
find out.
I'll chug a bunch
Whoa.
of Tylenol.
The whole bottle. That's what you do
Simultaneous
with
liver
potions,
failure
right?
for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'd like to introduce the character, the Hat Man. So everybody roll initiative.
No. Not that.
So are you guys just chilling here in the tangle? What's up?
No. Well,
Can you describe one of the
Oh.
guns that they have? Because Finn's taking one.
Yes.
Sure.
Introduce it to me.
gunman.
It seems musket adjacent. And you're welcome to take the rest and bonk them against a tree if you guys want to. None of
Hell
my
yeah.
business.
Yeah. We'll
Saber
smash
wants
up
to
the rest
either
of these
destroy
fuckers.
them or bury them in a hole.
Yep.
Do
you
both.
Can,
Do
you can
both.
take the time to do that if you're so inclined.
She's digging
Yeah.
a hole.
Destroy them.
Spitz will smash while Saber is digging the hole. He will help.
We give all these weird metal shapes to the fact
Turns
who is
around.
keeping a gun.
Mhm.
These go with them, so.
You get all
You
those
want this?
circles.
Those weird sling pellets.
Yeah. Kyle, roll me a d20.
Hmm?
Depending on you roll, I might have you roll again.
12.
Roll me a d8.
So when you roll
3.
these,
Okay, you find 15 that seem to fit with this gun. So you have 15 bullets.
Okay.
how many poachers are left?
Might actually keep adding this stuff as custom items, but there probably is a
There is
gun
probably
in
there
the
is
inventory
gun.
somewhere.
There is like
Yeah.
I
There
think
is-
musket.
There is gun.
I
I'm
believe
pretty
that.
sure it's like a critical role thing. I think.
I think rifle is on there, so you're welcome to use rifle.
There's a
if
musket.
It's not there.
Musket,
Cool, you can have
do
that.
be there.
Hello, musket. So if you guys are taking the time to loot the bodies, destroy and bury the weapons, and take a short rest, this might end up taking you guys closer to 2 hours instead of 1.
Saber
Mac, we
will.
cannot hear you. Mac, you are muted.
I was wondering if everybody else also feels like that's a good amount of time to let our quarry kind of get comfy before we try and go after her.
I think Saber's very antsy, but Finn was saying he has a way to track her, so should probably follow up with him on that.
I think it's probably best to try to let her bed down for the night, honestly. If she's... I can look at once, but if she's moving, she won't be there when we get there. So we'll know what direction generally she's headed in. But if we give her a few hours to the point that she feels like she can sleep or at least mend her own wounds, then she won't be moving and we might be able to gain some ground.
That makes
But-
sense.
But I'm not from around here, so you folks, let me know what you think.
I'd like to take a look at the map that Nick found and see if they have any landmarks of their own, like a center camp or something she might be headed toward.
Okay. So this man rolled a 2, and I'm going to tell you what's on this map. So
Hell yeah.
there is a shape that kind of look like bean. They're bean shape. Sort of like lower left side of the paper. Bean. And then higher up above bean is an X. And then right of bean, square. And then like a bunch of little doodles that maybe are things that they saw, like this is a tree, this is a flower, this is a bird, this is a dinosaur, like those kinds of things.
This map is garbage.
It's not good.
Because potentially 2 of these shapes would be their camp.
One of these 3 shapes.
Or one of these,
Archie.
yeah.
Any of these shapes
And
might
none
be.
of them tells us where we are currently.
Yeah.
So
Also, useful information to have. Does the bean shape look anything like the lake that we were at?
It looks like a bean, so you can decide if you think that is related to each other. It looked like bean.
There's no giant bean that Saber knows.
The bean, yeah.
Hey, guys, sometimes
it's
they
the
sell beans
tangle
in town,
bean.
so
Yes, the tangle is popular for the bean. That's why people come
Much
here.
like Chicago.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Fucking Ish Kapoor.
True,
Yeah.
but also
Hmm.
everybody memes on the bean enough that I feel like that's also established.
It's fully covered. But yeah, you guys have a bad map. What's the vibes?
Well, if nobody
I
says
don't
we're
think this
leaving
app will
right
do us
now,
any
I'm
good,
gonna.
so we might have to rely on.
I think I'm just gonna start patching up my wounds if nobody's itching to leave right away.
yeah, we've already waited long enough that it doesn't really make much difference when we leave.
Indeed. We may as well
Yes.
start at least closer to sundown.
Let's lick our wounds.
Indeed.
Go ahead and take a short rest. I'm going to roll a d20. Okay. Once you are done, 2 hours will have elapsed. What then? I will say that you are starting to get like little critters that are like little scavengers have started moving in on this space.
Yeah, makes sense. We'll let them clean up these bodies for us. We don't have to worry about that.
But you know that those won't be the only scavengers. So
Yeah. We'll scoot. We'll scoot.
We should get a move on.
Indeed.
I think she'll look to Finn. And where is your bow leading us?
Well, we know which direction she left in. We could just start heading that way, and I could try it now. It would be tomorrow before I could do it a second time. You want to do it now?
I think so.
I believe it would be useful, if nothing else. Give us some bearing to go by.
All right. Fenn will close his eyes and try to visualize distance and direction that our pith hat wearing friend is in, and does it seem linear towards the direction that she left in?
I know that I did this earlier, but if you'd be so kind as to read that like second part about the tracking for the bow.
A target cannot have. Oh, sorry. Once per day, you may know the location of any creature which has been hit in the last hit by an arrow fired from this bow within the last week. You'll know the direction and distance of the creature for the next 24 hours and automatically succeed on attempts to track it.
Okay.
Damn. We love to see that.
You know the direction. It is completely different than the one she left in. And she is about 2 hours ahead of you, spatial wise.
All right, well, she's over that way, but she left that way. And she's got a fair lead on us.
That is fine. We should be able to make some advancement upon her.
Fen pulls a new Rufio from the bag, and he is a giant badger again.
Mm.
Such a strange creature.
He can be stranger things, but I have no control over which he is. Just whenever I pull him out, he's whatever he chooses to be. All right, well, we've got our heading.
Let us
Is everyone
be
feeling
on.
better?
Improved
Yeah.
enough to go.
Good.
So,
Does anyone? Okay.
no, you go ahead.
I was going to ask if anybody wanted to keep lookout, but
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're always looking out when we're moving through here.
Mm-hmm. True.
Well, it can't be Fen because Fen will be in charge of leading you, as he will not have to roll for that. It seems he just is like that a ways, boys. Let's
Mhm.
go.
Hmm.
Away
Nice.
we go.
So somebody else would have to be on looking about duty.
Okay. Trying to remember what I
I've got a
Saber
plus
or
6.
Spitz.
I only have a plus
Mm.
1, so.
Not
Hmm.
me.
Saber, what you got?
Is this perception?
Mm-hmm.
+8.
But
You do it.
you know this area really well, it seems. I think you should do it.
As well as I can. All right, 23.
Okay. You are taking a look out. Here's the thing. Are you guys hoofing it? Like, are you guys trying to cover a bunch of ground very quickly, or are you stealthing?
Hmm. I think Saber would be wanting to move quickly.
roll well on stealth to begin with. So let's make up ground if that's what we want to do.
If you are able to cover our progress, so much the better. Hopefully we will not be accosted by any of Tangelus's children.
Hopefully not, but
Well, we're
Well-
50-50 on speaking to them, so
Yeah.
Listen,
You guys
if he wants us to
start
see something,
hoofing.
he will.
Yeah.
Mm.
I need athletics checks.
Mm.
And one from Rufio, please. I'd like to know how the badger does.
Yes, athletics.
Uh-huh.
You guys are, I'm sure you all are good at that.
Yes.
17.
2.
Mm.
You tried running instead of leaping through the trees gracefully, didn't you?
Yeah.
You fool!
I wanted to run on the ground like everybody else.
I was trying to be with the team.
I was trying to be with the team.
Leapers should be leaping.
You're right.
Fen got a 24, Rufio got a 4.
Mm.
Nick also got a 24.
Hot damn.
Has 16.
Okay.
Just Saber tripping immediately.
So Rufio and Saber take a level of
Rufio.
exhaustion.
No.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Buddies.
I forgot how to do that. Hold on. Conditions.
It's at the
Rufio
bottom
exists
of
on a
conditions.
PDF, so I'll just have to
Yeah.
remember.
You'll just have to remember that the badger has one level of exhaustion for when it does its skill checks.
The force has drained me.
Yeah, Saber is. It looks like they are a bit worn out from y'all's constant running. Like you guys are full tilt through the tangle. I'm
Why
gonna
did
roll
you
a
not take the
dice.
trees?
And here's what we're gonna do, because I liked it when I did this last time. I thought it was interesting. I rolled a number on the dice. Each of you can roll a number on your own dice. And if one of those numbers is within 2 of the number on my dice, you guys can get through the forest unaccosted.
It's a d20 roll.
Yes.
Gonna roll the jack dice on this one.
So once you know, you can go ahead and tell me.
8.
14.
19.
4.
18.
I like that spread.
This is a decent spread.
Good spread.
Beautiful spread.
And 14 is exactly 2 away from 12. That was rough. I was like, there are times you probably do have to like slow down and kind of take a moment while something meanders past, because you guys are once again running full tilt through the tangle. But
the tree.
Time passes. You are covering ground. You feel like you are in pursuit. This person has, Fen, you can tell, has not stopped moving, is also just actively going. Sunset is starting to approach. I'm going to roll a check for them to see if you guys are like out hoofing them. Let's see. How are we hoofing? Fen, you are keenly aware that you guys are actively covering ground and like closing the distance, like pretty rapidly.
Making good progress. I think at this pace, if she doesn't do something to speed herself up, we'll be on her soon.
That is heartening. Do we feel we have the energy to continue? Saber?
Perhaps we should try to sneak up, try to get a bit of an advantage.
Tried that last time. We should just decide now if we're going to do it rather than talk loudly about it and walk into their ambush. Suppose so.
I'm not against attempting stealth, but she seems paranoid and prepared.
True. Perhaps just an onslaught.
Yeah, find her, hit her hard. Is there any information we want to try to get out of her? Or is this just put her
Well,
down?
I didn't see the one she was with before, so there's still more of them. We need to know where they are.
All right. Don't let her point that thing at you. It hurts.
Sensible.
All right, full tilt.
Full
We keep
tilt.
running.
Full tilt!
You ever been like just like jogging through the woods and then you hear multiple sets of feet actively like like rushing on your position?
I bet she's
Put the
nervous.
fear of God in her.
I hate to do it. Yeah, for each hour. That makes sense to me. I would love one more athletics check, please.
No.
Hey, whoa.
Can
When I
can
said
can,
full
can
tilt, I meant
Saber
slowly and
justifiably
measuredly.
Like
do
a casual
acrobatics,
tilt.
like
No.
yeeting through the trees as she is wont
This
to
is all
do?
about lung capacity, which I'm going
Okay.
to call strength today.
All right then.
I have small cat lungs.
19 for Fen, 5 for Rufio.
Okay, give another level of exhaustion to Rufio.
What about 12?
Jesus.
Okay, you're
18.
all right.
Nat 20, 25.
I
Ooh.
also got a nat 20
Okay,
for
Nick.
Holy shit, all right!
22.
Good job,
Whoa.
besties.
Everybody.
Halflings built
Okay,
for the forest.
tourist.
We're
Those
running,
little
we're
legs.
racing.
Those little legs are born for long distance running.
I see
Uh,
why
I
the
see.
hobbits did so well in The Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
You see, like, they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
built for it. Cross-country trekking, they're here.
So Rufio is the only one who gains a level of exhaustion. So
Just a big
Hooray.
panting
Sorry.
badger.
Oh, buddy.
Before to
Father.
pull them out of the bag after the run.
He's like, why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
He could have been an elk and then given somebody a ride.
Alas.
But no.
Alas.
You are approaching rapidly, and I will continue to use your perception check from earlier, Saber. You can hear footsteps up ahead that start moving a lot faster.
Mm.
And that immediately, you all are running so quickly and so loudly. It's like, like this person's like, oh fuck, and has now picked up pace. It's time for a skill challenge, boys.
Woo! Here we go.
I want a thorn whipper. Okay.
Well, we're doing a skill challenge.
Wait.
Well, you can still do that, but it's a skill challenge. This skill challenge is going to be a little different than all of the other skill challenges we have done. This poacher will also be participating. They are actively being pursued and will be reacting to each person attempting to stop them. So I have already written down what she is going to do for each round. Whoever decides to cover that round, you do not get to know how she is going to react. You will just have to take the brunt of whatever occurs. Some of them are mild. There is one that is very bad. I will give you that heads up. One of them, bad. But she will react to each person trying to stop her. But you will give me your skill challenge event, what you would like to do, and such, and then I will do what I was going to do. Who'd like to go first? You need 5 successes before 2 failures.
Fenn's going to head up into the branches again, and he's going to attempt to be stealthy so as to get around her, gain ground on her without being directly observed.
Okay. I'm going to roll for this check. I will have you roll against her perception, and I think that'll be a more correct DC. What do you got?
30.
That does beat a 28.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That'll be 1 success. While you are moving, you see that she is reaching like into bags and pulling things off of her belt and moving as quickly as she can and actively like throwing things like behind her, throwing things upwards as she knows you guys have come from the trees before. So Fen, while you are moving, you end up kind of skirting down a lower branch and end up seeing something sharp hanging from it, pointed, kind of jagged spikes across it, laying across one of the branches. I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You are able to jump over it and skid past, and you are able to keep moving stealthily through the trees. That's the first one. Who'd like to take the second one? Don't be scared.
I mean, Saber wants to try to catch her with a thorn whip.
Okay.
Is that an option?
That is an option, but I will need you to pick a skill that you think relates to that.
Hmm.
And I'm willing to listen to shenanigans, but I do need a skill, and this may change the DC of it all.
I feel like, honestly, probably survival. That's what I would argue for.
Mm-hmm. You want to argue for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think it should be survival?
Because reading this here,
Mm-hmm.
she is trying to follow tracks. She's trying to technically avoid natural hazards and or unnatural hazards. And listen, we're all out here trying to survive.
Hey, you right. That's very true.
I feel like she's also maybe had to use the thorn whip in survival situations in the tangle before too. Like she's
Right.
probably
That
got
could also be
a
a
good
useful
handle on
survival
it.
tool.
Okay. So we'll do survival. And I will go with her armor class as the DC. So go ahead and roll survival.
What's her armor class? Boo. 13.
That will be one failure. This thorn whip hits out, and it is just the denseness of the tangle that makes it hard to get a grab on her. She is utilizing the environment to the best of her abilities. It is wide serpentines. It is just anything she can to not be running in a straight line. It makes her easier to catch up to in a way, but she is not actively just running straight, easy to hit. But your attack misses, and you are following behind her. You watch as she kind of looks back over her shoulder and spins and kind of puts her hands out sort of at the sides, continues the circle and keeps running. I need an intelligence saving throw, Saber.
Well,
Int save.
what's she doing? 9.
Okay. You do not see the glint of the wire before you are upon it, and you feel it hit against your body as something has stuck into 2 trees, and now there is a thin wire that you run into at full tilt. Go ahead and take 10 damage for me. Knocks the wind out of you. You feel it dig into your flesh and cut across it, but you are able to then push under it and keep moving, but it has set you back slightly. Okay. I am going to need 4 successes before 1 failure.
Okay.
No pressure.
All right.
No pressure.
I've got an idea. Spitz is going to attempt to utilize an intimidation display to try and shake up this poacher who is already pulling out all the stops to try and get us off her tail. We have her scared. He's just trying to make her fuck up. So he's going to lob a vitriolic sphere forward. His range is 150 feet. And so he's going to try and gauge so that he can have this erupt just in front of her so that she runs right into this vitriolic sphere of acid. That, or she has to figure
Sounds
out how to
gnarly.
pivot. Maybe into
Well,
a
she
tree.
seems good at that.
He does. But he's just trying to put a little extra pressure on her, see if he can deplete her resources and her attention.
Okay, so you're attempting to use an intimidation check.
Indeed.
I rolled for her like a wisdom check.
Mm-hmm.
And for the use of a spell slot, I have lowered the DC slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me intimidation.
Heard. $23.
Okay. That'll be a success.
Ha ha ha. You cannot escape the fury that follows.
You watch as she has to change direction quickly, and in that moment is kind of running for a moment parallel, and she pulls out her gun and she is going to fire on you. Two attacks.
Rip.
What's your armor class?
My armor class is 14.
Okay.
Also,
Both of those will hit.
Shield?
Okay, let me see. Let me do math.
Yep.
let me do math now.
Yeah.
One of them is going to hit. I know that for sure. So that one's off
That's
the table
fine.
now. She
That's
hits.
okay.
What about this one? That one is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Exactly hits.
Okay. I'll take
Sorry
it.
about that.
Yep. Nope, that's all right. I get it.
I
had to try.
You have to try. You gotta try. Do it to him. I don't know why I'm rolling the d20 again. I've already done this. I'm just like, so do I hit?
The answer is yes.
Do I hit? Come here, other d6. The first attack. So you get 15 piercing damage. Oof. 5 fire damage. And 4 force damage. How you looking?
28 out of 72.
12 piercing damage. 4 fire damage. And 3 force damage.
Riding at 9 out of 72, buds. And bleeding profusely, Spit's fury continues, following through the underbrush.
Okay. That is 2 successes that we have. We need 3 successes before 1 failure.
I picture he's in full lizard mode.
Just full on skittering, all fours.
Blood everywhere.
I've got an option. So I was thinking to use 2 different things. I've got a hunting trap in my inventory, and without time to actually set it up, you're not going to immobilize somebody, but I think I can also use my quick toss class feature. That just means I can throw a weapon as a bonus action. So like
Mm.
using my action and movement to get into the good place, and then so I'd use a superiority die and my trap. And would you like a survival or an attack? I'm gonna try and trip her up with the trap
Yeah.
around her foot.
I would love some sort of skill. Up to you most of the time. I will tell you that survival is going to be slightly higher, as I think we've already had that, correct? Did I make that up?
We had it and failed.
Yeah, and it get higher.
Well,
Oh,
then
boo.
if it gets much higher, then I'll do athletics because that's
Sure.
only a little bit lower than survival.
Okay. We will do athletics, and we're gonna go against her armor class. And I feel like you're giving me stuff, so I will lower her armor class by 1.
Okay. By 1. Oh,
Oh yeah.
gone. That one's
Oy,
gone.
oy, oy.
It will be recovered later.
And the other makes it 15.
That is exactly the DC.
Yes, buddy!
Hey, good for that lower by 1, am I right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I'm struggling to picture. Show me what's happening. Tell me what happened. How this start happening.
Nick is extremely adept at running through the forest.
Mm.
He doesn't look like he'd be made for this, but is good at it. And I think he gets up alongside her and then reaches into his pack below the egg and pulls out a hunting trap, the kind of claw traps that snap closed when you step on them, and he like pushes it against his breastplate to open it up and then just tosses it in front of her, and it bites her leg and she stumbles.
Okay.
I love that.
It ends up sort of landing like on like one of these like gnarled sort of like moving roots. So it's not fully on the ground, so it is a bit higher up. And so it just sort of like takes like a good hit on her thigh, which starts to slow her down. It does not stay attached, but it does hit hard.
Takes a chunk out of her, I bet.
It's not good. We need 2 successes before 1 failure.
All right.
We
We're
got
gonna
this,
reach
guys.
out to our boy Tangelus here.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Tangelus.
Tangelus,
Like my
this
guy.
bitch do be
If-
violating your children.
She's doing some things she shouldn't. She's running in your forest, and you know.
As you all run through the forest, Tangelus, she's
like-
running.
Not like us, though. Not like us.
She's running in a way that's not chill. Like, if you could like open a hole or something and make her fall, or like a root come up and trip her, I don't know, something would be great. And I'll offer up my divine intervention role as well to help with this.
Oh
Ooh!
yeah, brother.
Hell yeah!
Quicksand.
Quicksand, quicksand!
I will end this now if you succeed on a divine intervention.
Great. I don't know what I need to roll. I just know it's a D100.
Yeah, it needs to be your level or lower.
Okay. So 10 or lower. We've
Mhm.
got,
We got a 10%
chance.
chance.
We've
You
got
do.
a chance. Well, the die that mattered was cocked, so we'll see.
Okay, take 2.
How about 61? Is it close?
Ah.
Is it close?
You know, in somebody's heart maybe. But that will not be your skill challenge. That is just something that will be adding to this, but that will be assisting you for using such a big resource. So I'm guessing religion. What do you think you were
Yeah.
using here? Yeah.
We're asking Dino God here for help.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll her some something. Okay. And then we're going to lower it by 5 because divine intervention, big bucks. So the DC is now whatever she just rolled minus 5.
Okay, well, I got a 17 plus 3, so dirty 20.
Okay.
Yes!
And that would be a success.
Yes! Yes!
He's listening, guys. So you hear
Uh,
that?
Yeah. Nothing stands out to you yet, but you're like, it's happening.
I feel
It's-
God moving in this
happening.
jungle, guys.
It's when you can tell it's gonna rain. And
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
It's a feeling. I can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Can almost taste it.
All right.
Can I attempt a thing?
hold on. Sorry, I have to be mean really quick.
Oh no!
Oh,
I haven't gotten to be mean yet. I was gonna not be mean if the divine intervention worked, but now I must
Oh.
be mean.
God said she
Oh.
could be mean. It's fine.
Okay.
God, if she's doing it, that means God allowed it. So
Oh,
I mean,
no.
hold on.
It's true.
She moves forward, and I think there is a distraction because you are doing such intense magic that like you kind of lose sight of her for a second, and you're like, oh shit, and you catch a glimpse of her, and she seems incredibly close. You move to advance, she moves, and it causes you to have an accident. Something happens and you are going to get injured. I'm going to need a survival check, please, to avoid this misdirect.
That's a 14.
Okay. Let's pull up the lingering injury table.
Not a lingering injury.
Hell yeah, it is, brother. Roll me a d20.
How about a 20?
Sorry, this this website just tried to do an ad at me. I know I saved this somewhere else. Hold on.
A 20 is either you
I'm
somehow escape unscathed or your head comes fully off.
Hey, maybe that's what Tangelus will do. He'll stop it. I don't know.
Oh, thanks, bud.
So her
A
head only
noble
comes partially
sacrifice.
off.
We get
Okay.
the hat.
So I'll
I
take a
was-
cool neck scar. It's fine.
Yeah. Here we go. I was able to take a picture before they could put their ad up. So let me look at this, please. There it is. Enhance. Google. Okay. Okay. She misdirects you by like running forward, and her body obscures like a root that she ducks over at the very last second, and you go face first into it, and you hear the crunch of your nose immediately.
Ouch.
Yeah. Your broken nose is painful but doesn't have any adverse effects. Any magical healing will mend your nose. For right now, it's crooked.
Hooray.
Not even damage. That's crazy.
Hey,
Ouch. That
Just
was
a
You want a little
crooked
damage?
nose.
guys.
Just the Harrison Ford nose.
You can take 4 bludgeoning damage
Thank
for
you.
your time.
That feels
And
at
4
least
got
right.
hotter points.
That feels
Yeah.
correct. The rest of them were like disadvantage on like different saves and abilities and like levels of exhaustion. This was probably the best one you could have gotten. Aren't you cool and lucky?
Yikes.
So
we're
that's
oh, go
we're
ahead.
still one short.
So we're
Alright.
sprinting through a dimly lit forest, right? Got dying light just kind of coming through the canopy,
Yep.
and she is a human.
You
And
assume.
I've never had this problem sprinting through the forest because I see very well in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to assume, because other people have complained about it, that most humans don't. So up in the treetops, Fen spins a little glass bottle on a chain and looks for, using a nature check, what looks like rough or damaging terrain, and steals her light.
Mm. So you're rolling a nature check?
I think that'd be the best skill to use for that. Like I wanted to trip on a root or like bash her face, just like Petrie just did.
Yeah.
Now your nose.
Yeah, we got one. Now you get one.
I'm going to have her roll survival, and that will be the DC. To not eat shit. And I'll minus it. No. Yeah, the item. I'll minus it by 1. Okay.
25.
Man, that minusing by 1 is really helping y'all out today, isn't it?
Oh boy!
You pull out like a portion of the light in front of her at the last second. And she, you know what? Lingering injury table. What do we got, boys? That is not the same number that you rolled. Oof. Fuck, okay. Her leg goes like she steps into a hole, and you guys hear a snapping sound, and she lets out a scream. But I think it is pure adrenaline that she is continuing to move. Like pulls herself up. You guys are now so close. You can see like the sweat on her brow as she like pushes herself up and continues forward. And that's when you can feel the winds change, Petrie. Like the forest is responding to you. And she moves through to what feels almost like a clearing. Like she goes through the trees and then is staring at the tops of trees as she stands at a ledge. And that's where we're going to take our break. Thanks for being here. Go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Tin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 260 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. We are in the Tangle, which is a land full of dinosaurs, and we are hunting poachers and maybe helping an egg on the side, but currently hunting a poacher who seems to have, at this point, very badly injured their leg and has just sort of moved past the tree line and is now like inches from a ledge overlooking a large drop into a deeper section of the tangle. You watch as she turns around. As a reminder, this poacher has on a tan vest and pants, long, once white sleeves that are now caked in mud and her own blood. The items that she had around her waist on a belt seem to be much lighter now and are at a minimum. She has a warm, dark toned skin that matches her eyes and her curly hair that is pulled back under her tan helmet. She is breathing heavy sweat, like taking her hair to her brow. She turns around and like scans like all of you like that have sort of there is no way out unless she's like here we go and like throws herself over the edge. But she takes her gun that she has and she places it down on the ground in front of her as she like is attempting to try and catch her breath. Um, she then puts her arms sort of behind her back and like straightens up as much as she can with her leg injury at kind of a wide stance. It seems she's standing in a very like militaristic pose, like a waiting pose. What do you want?
Yeah, what do we want?
Where's the other one?
Pardon?
There's another one like you. She'll describe Mr. Salt and Pepper.
Are you in a position where you can describe Mr. Salt and Pepper? I don't think I actually gave it to you, so that'd be really hard. But you are welcome to describe what you recall of this picture I showed you once.
She'll say masculine stash.
No, honestly, that'll do. I don't think I need to send you a picture. She looks at you as recognition sort of like dawns on her face. You're looking for Claven.
If that's his name.
Play. Interesting.
I think that is a folly on your part.
Why is that?
Besides the fact that Claven Marshal Havoc III is one of the most renowned marksmen, the greatest marksman I have ever met. Our camp is also quite stocked, not in the case of just weapons, but in bodies, which you are able to chew through quite well, but I think it might be a bit more than you can handle. If you intend on approaching as you have previously.
I think he has answers that I need.
Well, I'm not sure what I can do for you then.
So you're saying we don't need you?
By all means, if that's how you see it.
Have you seen someone one of my kind,
I have seen a handful of your kind.
and one of them approached some of you.
Is there a particular name or title?
Peragio, our archdruid.
It does not exactly ring a bell, but that sounds like somebody in a leadership position. Um, there have been talks, yes.
Yes, that's what was intended. However, they have not returned.
Well, then I suppose the talks have not concluded yet.
Are their talks still going?
I would not know. Between you and I have been running through the forest today, quite preoccupied. I have not been at camp in quite some time.
Hmm. I need to know that they're safe. How can you help me with that?
Hmm. This feels like a conversation we could have had with 9 other people not being murdered.
Hmm.
It might depend, actually. Considering the conduct we have seen you carry yourselves with in this place. For what purpose do you only take a piece of what you kill?
In most situations, it is quite difficult when you are dealing with large prey to take large swaths of them, especially the entire body, especially in this place. Um, and a lot of the time, we are dealing with specific requests of what people would like. And if we took the time to fully break down one of these large corpses, I think scavengers would be upon us before we could complete that.
You know you're the bad guys, right?
In what regard?
You come to a land that's not yours, take things that are not yours, kill things that are not yours to kill. Should I keep going?
And you shot first. And he'll point to the pepper marks along his armor.
Well,
So
usually
maybe
that's what you
those.
do when someone is going to ambush you. But I
Touche.
understand how that can seem rude, presumptuous, even. And she shifts her weight slightly, and you like watch her eye twitch and her lips thin as she tries to not let out a sound of pain. Well, it seems I don't want to say we're at an impasse, and I would honestly love to send you in the direction of our camp because I think it will lead to all of you dying, and I think I'm okay with that just based on today's events. But as you know, and she sort of like glances around, this place is quite hard to navigate.
Hmm. Yes, it has its own ways.
So I would actually love to point you in the right direction. Um, I'd be happy to honestly give you details. I think let me do just a little math. I'm going to minus the men that have been killed today and assume that some others have fallen as well in the time that I've been gone.
Hmm.
So my assumption would be 47. That would be my assumption of how many are left. And I think you were able to handle 10. But it did look a bit rough there, didn't it?
What if we just bring you with us?
You may try. I don't think, as much as I respect Claven, I am not sure if he is indisposed to caring too much about my well-being. I consider us friends. I consider us partners. Um, I would be shocked, but I have been shocked before.
You don't think you would trade your life for an archdruid's life?
I don't know that this archdruid is in any danger, and I suppose that would be an easy trade then.
And do you think he would greet us warmly in his camp if we brought you back to him in mostly one piece?
Hard to say.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
She will move back slightly,
Hmm.
and now, like, her heels are kind of like on the edge. I don't feel as if I play the part of prisoner incredibly well. Um, I don't have many regrets. I do regret on occasion uh, the divvying of responsibilities. As a leader, one should work better at that. If you think we have been unkind in these lands, I suppose if that is my squadron that has been unkind, that is my misdoing. Uh, so I will take responsibility for that if you think that I have been messy. I also regret that I was not able to take any personal belongings of my fallen comrades, but at this moment, I'm not sure if I'd be able to get them to anyone. But
That's
I don't plan to be a prisoner. I will answer your questions to the best of my abilities. And that is where I currently stand, I think, metaphorically and literally.
If there are 47 people at camp, is there anything that would get them to leave without a fight?
Um, Nothing I could think to propose. If perhaps I were in the woods, let's say, and I yelled for help, 5 of them, 3 of them would go to observe. The whole camp would not rush in to check and see what is wrong. At Claven's word, I am sure that they would all move.
is he the one that has the final say?
He is the one who has any say.
And is that who the Archdruid is speaking with?
If your archdruid wished to accomplish anything, I would assume so. I was not involved in any of these talks. I know that people uh, similar in visage to you have visited, but that was around the time that I left.
And how long ago was that?
Time is a strange thing here, isn't it?
Indeed.
A couple weeks, perhaps.
Hmm.
How did you get here?
Uh, Claven has some sort of connection with some sort of extraplanar dealer who was interested in us being here. And it seems there are customers interested in us being here. So we were here. We have been to other planes before, took trophies. We make people who don't know how to hunt look like they can. It's people who can't impress their friends and need something to mount on their wall. Um, Pathetic, sad, pays incredibly well.
Well, money means nothing here. And you can take that back where you came from.
I think that if you allowed me, to hobble all the way back to camp, and let's say I make it to camp, and not picked off by something in the meantime. Let's say I make it there. I think it almost feels to me it'd be the same outcome as if I threw myself off this ledge. Uh, Claven is a dedicated man, and I respect him. But he is, very. What's a good word for it? Um, he wants what he wants. He is a hard man to dissuade, and does not take kindly to dissuasions. That does not mean he is not agreeable in some stances, that he cannot be spoken to or reasoned with, but I would not say he's a pushover.
One of the things he wants, I assume, is money. Yes?
That would be the driving factor, yes.
Yes.
Why do you respect a man who's got obviously no respect for you? Or does respect mean something different where you're from?
Perhaps it does. Perhaps it does not. There are some that would see me as foolish. I respect Claven for his accomplishments and his skill, his prowess. I believe he respects the same of me. But if one were to deviate from that, I think respect would die on either end.
And you think respect would dwindle if you returned in this condition?
I don't think there would be any worry if I were to return this way. But if I returned and was like, Claven, no, we have to leave now, that is where the disrespect would be. That's where the respect would die, is if I stated that our mission was wrong, I think. If I showed weakness and cowardice.
Yes.
And those are things he respects in me. And he would rightfully, I think, lose that respect.
And is that
So-
respect all you're living for?
No. But it is important.
Mm.
Well, how about you give us, to the best of your abilities, the way to get to this camp, and we'll make our own decisions.
Of course. As you may know, turns focus to Saber. We have been setting up near a temple and a group of. What do you refer to your people as?
Great question.
You could just say tabaxis if you'd
Okay.
like to.
Yes.
Tabaxi is fine.
It is not a trick question, I promise.
I was like,
Oh shit! Scroll.
Do we have a dino name? Do we have a dino name for Tabaxi?
What's our dino
No.
name? No.
We are the tabaxi of the Tangle.
Tabaxi. So we are set up, I suppose, near your group of tabaxis of the Tangle. There's a temple quite nearby.
Yes.
That's the best landmark I could give. A pretty good one, I think.
Yes, that's the information we had. So
Well, sorry I couldn't add to that. But hopefully I have given you information that can help you strategize in the sense of, even though, once again, the idea of you all just running in and being immediately turned to cheese is warming to my heart for my fallen comrades. But I think you should go in with as much information as I can provide.
and I suppose we will.
Understood. I would love to now know where we lie. Is the intent that I lie with my comrades, or I would just love to know the outcome.
I was thinking the bottom of that cliff.
Hmm.
As was I.
Well, before I go, have you heard of scuttling? And she's going to pull her arms out from behind her back, and she is holding two of these grenades and is going to drop them in front of you.
Uh,
And both of them go off. I'm going to need dexterity saves from everyone.
Jesus
Fabulous.
Christ.
You, bestie.
Everybody
One or
dicks.
two of them.
You know what? Let's do two. And we'll start with the first one when I ask for it, and then we'll
Boy.
go from there.
Joshua.
Mhm.
Don't blame this on me. Jillian brought grenades to the party.
That's true.
Oh my God,
Sorry,
what the
have you guys heard of
hell?
scuttling?
No. Well, in
No,
a different
actually.
Well, you're
context,
about to learn.
Well, all right then.
like crabs do.
You know what? I'm okay with it. I can't wait to tell you what I got.
It better not be in that one.
It's not!
Okay.
For once.
I'm going to ask the internet to roll my dice for me because I don't want to. How many of them? Okay, 1 second.
47. What?
Yeah, we'll start with the first one and then we'll move on to the second one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Deck saves.
23, 28.
Oh, just the first one, but I will acknowledge that you probably succeeded on both.
Dirty 20.
18.
Okay.
17.
9.
No.
Honey, no.
I'm busy. My nose is bleeding from it breaking. A little
Yeah.
distracted.
It's
Can
hard
I
breathe.
dive? Can I dive? Can I save the cleric?
He's over there
Oh,
mouth
sorry.
breathing.
So let's see here. Not the greatest roll of all time, but that's okay. Nick, Saber, Petrie, you are going to take 23 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
Spitz, you're going to take half.
Uh,
Fen, you're not going to take any.
Oh.
I'm at 9 hit points.
Well, time for the second one.
Cool.
Hang in there.
One moment. That's a better roll. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and what did Rufio get?
Oh.
Oh,
What's
hold
Rufio
on.
got on the first one?
He's got these at disadvantage too because he is exhausted. So
Mm.
Well, thanks for reminding me I'm exhausted.
5 and 9 on the second.
Okay, so I think it was 23 points of damage on the first.
Oh, he's just gone. He's
Okay.
just not going to be here anymore.
It'd be like that. All right. And Fen succeeded on the second one. Next.
I don't want to talk about my nat 1.
Okay.
Dirty 20 actually on the second one as
Ooh.
well.
15.
I rolled
It's
two
fucking
19s and
around.
I have a +1.
What did you say, Nick?
15.
Okay.
12.
Okay. Uh, so, Saber, Petrie, Nick, you are going to take 36 points of fire damage.
Oh,
Uh, Spitz, you're going to take half. Fen, you're going to take none. And it is Spitz down. It is a
Yeah.
huge explosion. You see her for a split second, just sort of like a. There is no smugness. There is a resignment.
Mm.
There is fear. You could smell the fear on her during that conversation. She stayed very stoic and calm, but there was fear. And this was maybe not desperation, but something that she has been trained to do
Mm.
and was resigned to that training. As the two explosions go off and she disappears, like she is thrown from the cliff. The explosions fully like destroy the ledge and she is gone. Disappeared under the canopy. Um, the loud sound echoes through your ears and you watch as birds fly from the canopy in just different directions, a variety of colors. Is Spitz the only one down?
Yep.
Okay. The fire clears and Spitz is there, like long lizard tongue, like out,
Oh
just
no.
eyes wrong directions.
I think for a second, Fen just kind of John Travolta memes, like, and then see Spitz there, and he'll do a cure wounds to Spitz
Thank
to at
you.
least get him back on his feet.
Appreciate that. How much?
Take 8 points of healing.
I am no longer paced.
You have more HP than me.
Jesus.
The weapon that was on the ground is completely like destroyed. There
Yeah.
are no pieces of it remaining.
Hmm.
Consider it scuttled.
Good.
Fine. We didn't want it anyway.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no. Maybe we should circle back to those other ones that I buried.
Hey guys, can we pick up the broken ones out of the dirt?
I don't think we can find it.
Probably not.
Well, that didn't go as expected.
They are better fortified than I had expected. Interesting.
And Saber, you're convinced that your archdruid is being held against their will?
I can't say if they are or not. They've just never stayed away that long. And usually, if there are talks, it doesn't take that long. Not that we have many of them out here. I
You
just
do
worried
seem.
people see. I don't know. What's that?
I was going to say that you seem like a person of few words, and if your archdruid was also a person of few words, we would probably have heard tell. But it sounds like your friend went to where we're going anyway to return this egg.
Yes, they're in the vicinity, so
All the better.
I just worry because they were the ones who could access the temple.
Let us find the temple first. Surely Tangelus will have some way forward for us, be it through these interlopers or otherwise.
I would like to think so.
We should have asked if it was 47 in addition to Craven Majorcock or whatever his name is.
Yes, I'm
Or-
not sure if he was included in that or not.
He is only the third of his name. How important could he be?
Hmm. That does make me wonder.
She could have also just said a number.
Yes, who's to say we could trust her?
Well, she seemed rather committed.
Oh, yes. They're committed to their scheme or whatever they're doing.
Don't often find mercenaries that as fanatical as that, honestly.
Oh, I've heard of this cult before. It's a death
Hmm?
cult to a god called Capitalism.
Hmm.
Oh,
Sounds like a filthy god.
Indeed.
Many of
Terrible.
the gods where I come from are already dead. Maybe we could bring that one down too.
That,
Hell
I
yeah,
think,
brother.
could be an aspirational quest.
It's hard to kill a god who lives mostly in people's hearts.
Hmm.
True.
Then just takes an arrow and kind of like pokes it at his own chest. Not impossible.
Hmm.
Hmm.
If we go for their hearts.
Just pluck them out. Problem solved.
That's one way of doing it. I don't mean to sound mean, Spitz, but you look like raw beef. Do you have that here?
Raw meat?
Indeed.
Oh, we've got that.
Yeah.
there's meat. Yeah.
I have had
So-
worse.
Have you? And you survived?
Once.
Well, I don't know if there's a safer place here in the Tangle, but we should decide if we want to keep moving until the sun escapes us, or if we call it a day and end here. It's getting darker, right?
Yeah, I would say that you have at least like
Hmm.
close to a little under 2 hours of travel that you could accomplish today before you lose the sun
Yikes.
entirely.
Hmm.
The explosion, I worry, will draw attention.
Maybe we
should
travel
find
an hour or
somewhere.
so.
And I feel pretty awful, but we should walk a little.
Indeed. No need
Do need to rest
rush.
at some point. Mostly you, Petrie. You seem to have been struggling just to keep up on before we got here.
Hey, I
Do you
was
need
listening
some
to
help with that?
Tangelus, and I'm okay.
Your nose is.
I can fix my nose. I'll cast a healing word on myself to fix my nose.
Good
Hmm.
job.
There is a sickening crunch as the nose like it has to be kind of manually set back into place. But
Spitz does back away a little bit from having started to approach to reset the nose for
How's it look?
Petrie.
Pretty
Better.
good.
Much better. Yes.
So I was really hoping that I could draw Rufio and he would be something that could be ridden by some of our exhausted companions, but instead he's
Uh-huh.
a giant badger again.
Again?
yeah.
He
I
just
think-
wants to be a badger in this
I
jungle.
think he just likes this form.
In his
I
heart,
think
he is
it's-
Big Badger.
I feel like that is his like native shape. That's how he feels like that's what's home.
Mm,
Makes sense.
So pushing forward, what are we doing?
Let's
I
push
think
forward.
we're pushing forward a little.
to
With
find a
enough-
safer spot.
Yeah.
Enough time to set ourselves up a safe place to camp.
Spitz, do you still have that bottle of pills? I think now's the time.
I suppose. What could it hurt?
What do I do with that?
Hmm?
Do we just like eat it?
Yeah,
I cannot
it
tell.
usually they make you feel a little different, like a little better.
In the background is Spitz trying to work with a child safety lock on
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
children. Like, hey, no, hey. And
I think Fen gives it a shot too. He's like, "Oh, I've got dexterity. I could do this." And it's like he's never seen a child safety bottle before.
Yeah,
So like,
never in his life. What kind of mad contraption is this?
I've got thieves' tools. Although Roshan once had a puzzle box, and we couldn't get it open with those either.
Is this about to be the door of this one shot? Is this pill bottle's child safety lock?
indeed.
We might just have to cut it open.
you guys cut open the pill bottle because I don't believe in you to figure out child safety lids.
No.
With these beans, no.
Now, here's my question. We all know of Tylenol.
Yeah.
What
And
do
then
you
we
think that
all
effect would be
OD.
in Dungeons and Dragons? Because it doesn't feel like it would be hit points, or it'd be temp HP, perhaps.
Temp HP,
Maybe
I
temp
feel
HP.
like. Yeah.
Like 8 hours of temp HP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see
How
that.
about each of you, if you take some Tylenol, which is now
Mhm.
canon in this world that they came from. It's spelled even more fantasy though than original Tylenol.
Tylenol.
You can go ahead and roll yourselves. Let's say, you know what? No, I'm feeling nice. You all can have
Oh.
4 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Thanks.
4.
4.
And you are moving forward through the forest. Are you stealthing? What's the intent?
I think it'd probably be real bad at this point to draw the attention of another
Anything.
I'm gonna eat you dinosaur.
That's true.
And he almost ate
We're
you.
so edible right now.
We're extremely injured and bloody and edible. Yes. So might be a good idea for us to keep on the down low if we can.
See if I can help. Saving some spell slots. Okay, yes, I can help us out one more time with that.
Okay. So you will have passed without trace. We'll start there. How about all of you roll stealth? You get to add 10.
$24.
21.
23.
14.
With the plus 10?
Oh wait,
Sad.
sorry, 24 then. 24.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Apologies. I forgot.
It's like, damn.
I would be very disappointed.
Fen?
Hold on, I'm doing math.
Hold on, I got big numbers to work with.
don't need big numbers on this one, but I got big numbers on this one.
Yeah.
46.
Fen's gone. I think Fen actually plane shifts back to his original plane.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, there he goes. He's home.
We did it. We didn't even need
We
it.
did it. We
You all
solved
are
it.
like, yeah!
Yay!
We did it!
Hey, he promised he was gonna help.
Oh no.
Cuts to all of you just being like, just littered with bullets. Just,
Swiss
hey.
cheese.
I almost said Swiss cheese, and then I was like, then I'd have to make the Swiss cannon. And so it was just cheese, which y'all can't stop me. I named where she was from and everything, but nobody cared because why would you? So where are you from?
Anyways, bye.
The place with the
She's like-
holy cheese and the knives. You know.
You get it. All right, who is navigating? Who is eyes out?
I think Saber would be taking the initiative on navigating as we're heading towards the temple she is familiar with.
I will keep
Okay.
eyes out.
Can I
Okay.
assist on navigating?
Hmm?
I do
Are
have.
you proficient in survival?
I am proficient in survival.
Okay.
Well,
And
then,
I
Saber,
have
you get a
expertise in
flat
nature.
check.
Ah, yeah, flat check.
Oh yeah.
I'm so
Somebody
tired.
didn't remember they had disadvantage.
Oh no.
Oh buddy, come
16.
on. Okay.
Okay.
24 to perception.
Okay.
At least we got eyes.
Hey, we've got eyes.
That's what a 3 on the dice gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fenn's like, without
Is
this
it?
expertise bullshit. uh, you all push forward. I have rolled a dinosaur perception check.
Oh no.
Something Angie that you're here. And by Angie, I mean just wants to give you a nibble. They're actually probably excited you're here, to be honest.
Yeah.
And now
Are
I'm
they
going to
small
roll
and
a luck check to see when, if how, this is a problem.
cute?
Fen, high or low?
Just give me the highs.
Mm. Once again, you all have to stop and wait for something horrible to meander its way by. At one point, you hear the loud flapping of wings as something moves over the tops of the canopies, but you are able to go unnoticed, pushing forward. You start getting to the, like, you're starting to lose the sun now. The sun is starting to set. Fen, you smell a camp.
I smell burning wood and maybe cooking meat. Some people are camping nearby.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's the camp we're looking for or something unrelated, but we should be prepared.
Indeed.
Don't think any of you look up to a fight.
No. Perhaps we could do a little investigating.
I feel fairly confident in my ability to reconnoiter, but I don't want to draw attention to us in the event that something goes terribly wrong. What if we set up our camp here, and then when the light dies down a bit, I can venture out and take a look? I think maybe... Nick, what do you think? Do you think you give me a hand? I think I've got enough rope, and if we use our bedrolls and our tents, I could probably make us hammocks up in the tree, high enough up that it would be difficult for even the largest of these things to reach us.
If you want to make a hammock, that sounds crazy and awesome. Usually I just tie myself to a branch.
This might be more comfortable, but you know how to climb. I've seen you do it. You're pretty good at it. So if you give me a hand, it shouldn't take us long. And then when it gets dark, then I do a little better then. I could venture out and see if I can find what that is.
Nick looks a little wounded when you only say pretty good at climbing.
Oh, buddy.
And it's only because he is only like the third best climber here, even though he's really good at it. And we'll attempt to set up this hanging canopy cuddle puddle hammock situation.
Sure. Takes you a bit of time. By that time, you've probably lost the light. What is your intent?
Well, I do very well in the dark. I'm fairly sneaky, especially if there's another casting a pass without trace. My only concern is making my way back here if things shift again. But I think it's worthwhile to at least investigate. I wouldn't ask any of you to come with, being as rough as each of you took that explosion. You want me to stay here with you, or do you want me to go see what that burning is all about?
I think
What's
we.
Fenn's HP? Does Fen look just fine?
He's unscathed whatsoever after that short rest.
Wow.
Damn. Well, if you think you can do it safely, then I wouldn't say no to the help that it would be.
All right.
You seem plenty capable.
Indeed.
Saber's already in their hammock.
Yeah.
Like,
It's good.
you got this.
It's gonna take me a bit to climb up there.
Petrie, do you
Petrie still on the ground.
Petrie, do you have enough sendings to call your mom and also to reach out if there were a need to?
Oh yeah, I can talk to a couple people.
All right. I can't reach out to you, but if you need anything, get me here.
Got it.
Finn will do his best to navigate through this strange, ever-shifting forest towards wherever this campfire smell is coming from and see what information he can gather.
Okay, so go ahead and roll survival and stealth, and I will get back to you. Petrie, you want to call your mom?
Yeah, we got it.
Mom.
While you're sitting here, while you're looking up at this tree like shit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up there.
See, we gotta start out the way we do every night. So, hi, Mom. Saber says hi. I'm trying to climb a tree. Don't know how. How's your day been? Make anything good for dinner? Love you.
Hi, honey. Tell Saber we said hi. Everything's good here. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be with my words. Sorry. A roast with some carrots. Oh, the way you like where they're cut in half, and you can hear on the wind and I love you. You know it was there.
She didn't have any tree climbing advice, guys. So I'm gonna need some help.
We can get you up here.
Here, I will climb up, and then I will take my gloves of swimming and climbing off and drop them down. Put these on, and then you can climb.
That's amazing. He'll climb up.
Easy peasy. Everyone's gonna be so mad at me next campaign when I go back to the original rules for tuning to magic items. Everyone's gonna be so mad. Everyone's like, wait, hold on. I have to do a short rest, do a tune? What are you talking about?
sit at the
Tune
bottom
into
of-
nothing.
I stare at these gloves for an hour.
Yeah, I'm just, they're not working.
Why aren't they working?
But you're able to, after a moment, climb up, and you are up in the trees. Is there anything while you guys are vibing here? Anything in particular that you wanted to do or talk about?
I think Saber's oscillating between sleepy and worried.
Yeah.
I think Nick will pull out basically a military MRE, a prepackaged dinner that heats itself, and we'll pop open the part that makes it heat, and then have a little hot meal that he'll
Wow.
share.
Aw. Thank you.
Oh, Mac, let me give you a note really quick. I love the voice. The mic does not. So you might have to either push it a little harder or shift it slightly.
It is hard to catch.
Understood.
Yeah,
Sorry
I'm
about
just
that.
like this one. Just I watched it just like edge up just by so small on that line. I was like, okay, I have to say something. I was just like, oh
Got
no.
it. Thank you.
So just a heads up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I think Peach is just staring in the direction that Ben left and is like, all right, how long till I call this man?
When's the appropriate time?
Yeah, good question.
He seems far more capable than the rest of us.
I hope he'll be able to get eyes on something helpful. Because if she was telling the truth and it is upwards of 40 people, we might need more in numbers.
It is not dissimilar to the tales of old.
Are you referring to the Fury Days?
Indeed. I wish only to be able to serve as well as Porus Fury once did. I would like to live to see the glory that results, of course, but Tangelus is indifferent either way.
And yet,
I haven't heard that story, so if anyone wants to share.
fair point.
I have told it once or twice. I can tell it again. Long ago, generations before my clutch was laid, beasts from the plane of fire intruded into Tangelus's realm, burned his trees, cast his children into cinders. My greatest sire, Porus, raised an army of our kin and other children of the Tangle in defiance of the blazing enemy which devoured our home and Tangelus's rightful domain. The tales say Porus rode into battle astride a great tyrant lizard king, and slew many a foe, even laying waste to the fiery horde's general himself, burning as he laid the death blow. His life given in ensuring victory for Tangelus's children, he was honored forever after with the title Porus Fury. And it is the name Fury which I and all his children carry to this very day.
Sick. That's metal as hell.
Thank you. I think so as well.
Meanwhile, Fen is sneaking through the trees. Just sick.
No, more stories, please.
Sick as hell. And what did we get on those checks?
been so long, I have to look again. 33 to survival and 27 to stealth.
Okie dokie. You start approaching this camp. Uh, is there anything in particular you're looking for? Is this just recon to the broadest sense?
Size of the camp, who the occupants are. Do they seem to, if it's the camp that Pith Hat Lady described to us, um, do her numbers look remotely accurate, or are these just completely unrelated campers that are here?
It's just like slightly color switched versions of all of your characters just at a little camp. Um,
Oh no.
Also, that just reminded me that also nobody asked her name. Like, she's just Pith Hat Lady forever. Uh, you got a whole name and everything. What's the point?
Damn.
Um, Rip. Anywho, you
Spitz was not
approach.
going to be the character to ask for
So, what's
that.
your
I'm sorry.
name? Where are you from? What's your rank? But it's fine. I know, and that's all that matters. Uh, I know in my heart. Uh, but you approach and you can hear like the movements of a camp, of people preparing for bed, of people tending to a fire, of somebody walking around keeping watch. You can hear these footsteps moving around, the rustling of leaves and fabric, and the sound of grass and foliage underfoot, the crackle of fire. And it is a camp filled with a lot of people that look like Saber.
I think he would cautiously make his way down, uh, get as close as he could unobserved, uh, just to verify that it's like, okay, these definitely are not the people that were were described. Like they were all humans. Everyone we saw was humans. They were armed with
Mhm.
firearms. Like if these look like they're probably native people, then I think he would kind of, as meekly and like respectfully, make himself known to the sentry, whoever's like walking around taking watch. He's just gonna like like clear his throat and get their attention.
And they're gonna turn and start to.
I'm sorry, I'm not here to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anyone. Just
Roll a persuasion check while you're talking.
12, which would that'd be a 13.
Okay.
I forgot I gained a charisma on the last level up.
Ooh.
I'm so
So go
charming
ahead
now.
and hi guys. Go ahead and take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as they turn and like kind of strike you, but like the like hey kind of I think lessens the blow. Like it seems like they don't hit as hard as they were originally intending.
Right? Do you understand me? Is this you speak common?
I don't know what common is, but you're
No.
you're speaking what I'm speaking.
All right. Good. I have a small band of friends camped that way in the woods. Um, one of them is the same sort of person that you are. Uh, I don't know. I don't know the name of your race, but they're the same sort with the tail and the fur.
She
Um,
said to Bexy.
yeah,
Now during that
Ben
conversation.
has heard this once in a very high stress situation, but it's a
Won't say Saber's name, and it's just like,
yeah,
hey, please just don't hit me again.
yeah.
I know one of you, please.
Their name is
Don't
Saber.
bonk me.
Their name is Saber. I don't know if you know them or not. I'm not going to make presumptions, but
Hmm.
we just wanted to make sure that you weren't the enemy, and it is mostly clear that you're not, because I think you would have swung again if you were. Um,
Unless.
Go get Saber.
all right, I'll be right back. Um,
Oh, me.
Also, there are bad folk out here, and we can smell your fire. If I can smell it, they can smell it. Maybe I could show you something about how to.
Go on,
All right,
go on.
all right. Fen will scuttle back.
Scurry off.
You can hear the camp being roused as you move back to your companions.
When he arrives, he'll. It's not the poachers. Um, it's more people like Saber. They told me to fetch you, Saber. I don't know if they're friends of yours or not,
Hmm?
but there's a fair number of them. They only hit me once. They're not very hard.
Hmm. Does
Do you have
this make
friends?
sense to Saber? Suppose it
Based
would.
on based on your current location, you believe you are near the temple in some regard,
Hmm.
but this does not make sense.
No.
This is not where their camp would be. This is not where your home would be.
Hmm.
I
That's
mentioned you by
strange.
I mentioned you by name, and they told me to fetch you.
Hmm.
I'm sorry I didn't get a name. I should have asked.
It is little
Well,
use now. We should perhaps get in there.
maybe something happened and they had to move camp. I'll look into it. Can you take me there?
Of course. Is everyone else going to stay here and rest, or do we want to go together?
I know they need rest, but
Well, what if they just send you to come get us?
That's
Yeah.
fine. I could do that then if we need to.
I
We've
should
already
start
got-
climbing down this tree. Only the whole glove thing's not going to be great if, again.
They seem on edge. I don't want to startle them, but
And that definitely sounds like something's wrong.
Indeed.
We should hurry.
all right. I sort of know the way, and if it hasn't changed too much, then it's not far off.
Lead the way.
All of you, are you all going together?
I will go.
Sure.
All right.
If you're alone in the tree,
Resignedly.
like, okay.
This seems like a trap, but all my friends are going.
I guess I'll go be with them in the trap.
If all my friends are there.
Then we'll pull the linchpin as the whole hammer drops.
Uh.
Once everybody's out, of course.
You gather your things and beginning moving through the tangle. You arrive at the camp, confirming for you, Saber, that this is not your normal location. Because sometimes the tangle's weird, and you're like, maybe I'm looking at it. It's nighttime. It's a weird angle. Maybe I don't know. But you enter into this space, and it is a camp that looks incredibly hastily made. It looks like the near entirety of your community is here, but they are not in the location they would have originally been. You see that everybody has been roused from any sleep or anything they were doing, and everybody seems awake and like looking as all of you approach. At the front, stands a tabaxi woman. She looks like a jungle cat, tan fur, white around the mouth and nose, very slender, thin features. And Silbara looks to you, Saber, and goes to close the distance and kind of like takes you by the shoulders. I'm so glad you're safe.
Is everyone all right? Why are we
Oh,
here?
the the intruders, they pushed us from our camp so that they could have better access to the temple, and after we lost some, I made the call to stand down and have us leave.
Were there many of them?
We were overwhelmed.
Damn.
Did you take any of them with you?
A couple, a handful perhaps, but not many. They could attack from quite a distance, and um, I thought it best to not continue what I saw as a losing fight.
We felled 9 in the woods, but we are much exhausted by the journey now. We
Is
would
this
need
the help
rest.
that you were able to find, Saber?
Yes. This is what I was able to find.
Okay, all welcome, heroes. Please come in. And you are led into the community, and we're gonna play a fun game called Name That Tabaxi. Everybody's gonna make up a tabaxi right now.
Oh.
You're gonna tell me their name, what they look like, and maybe what they do or a little quirk. None of my business, but everybody has to give me an NPC
Name that
tabaxi.
tabaxi.
Got it.
Name
I
that
got it. I got it.
In any order, none of my business.
Mm.
Oh, hey guys, come on, name a tabaxi.
I've
Hey,
got
talking about the
mine.
game.
I've got mine. I just don't want to jump in front of anybody else.
Go do it if you've got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think there's middling height black tabaxi with a one eye missing, kind of like it little bit of a dent in the skull, a bit where the injury is that coincides with the missing eye. Otherwise seems unbothered. This is like an old injury, not a new one. But otherwise seems alert and is called Crag, like crag in a wall or in a rock face. Crag.
Okay, what do you think Craig does around here?
I think that he assists with. I think that he's like on kind of like guard duty, not infrequently. He's somebody who rotates through with other folks to keep the perimeter safe around camp often.
Okay. Name that tabaxi.
Puddles is a gray, very short-limbed tabaxi. You know those cats that just have legs that are too short for their
Oh
bodies?
no.
Mm,
Yeah. And she's got a lot of books, and she's got heterochromia. She's got one blue eye and one green eye.
Okay.
She can read books.
Babes, read book.
I don't know what she does, but she reads books.
I will accept that as an occupation. Name that tabaxi.
There is a probably like mid-teens, probably like a cow cat coloration. One half of the face is white, half of the face is black. Missing one of their front teeth, so when their mouth is closed, it's always in a little snaggletooth situation.
Nice.
And his name is Snips.
Snips. He's snaggly like Wanda.
Name that. Tabaxi.
I'm going with one named Sunstone. It's got that nice red and orange color to its fur. Got a little bit of like a half chewed ear. Okay. It's kind of bent downwards all the time. So it did not heal right.
Oh.
And they spend their time mostly cooking. But do look a little scrappy though.
Name
but
that. Tabaxi.
All right, Greg, how are you going to make your tabaxi asymmetrical?
yeah. What's a good roll?
You can just give them a quirk. It's none of my business. These guys may not even talk to you. I just want tabaxis.
I've never seen a cat in my life.
I'm just like, you have so many to pick from. I don't even know what a cat is, he says.
I mean, I guess there's kind of this older curmudgeon-y looking tabaxi with a bit of a squished in face. Looks a little grumpy. There's a soft charcoal gray color.
And
people refer to him as Smokey.
Smokey. Cool. Here are some of the tabaxis that exist. Crag, Puddles, Snip, Sunstone, and Smokey. Now, I'd like to point out that all the ones I've named are Peragio and Silbara. And we have Crag, Puddles, Snip, Sunstone, and Smokey. Now, maybe you get a new name when you get a title. Maybe that's how it is.
Yeah,
Big
that
nicknames.
feels right.
It could be nicknames.
It seems like a real hodgepodge community, so
You start
never
off
know.
with a kitten name is the thing, and then eventually, like, you
Yeah,
get yourself
I'm sure
a grown-up
that's the
name.
case.
Smokey
you get a
spelled like
title-
really Italian.
I've never met a cat that only had one name, anyways.
That's
Like,
true.
you get a cat, you
true.
name it, and then you give it several nicknames throughout its life.
The same for cat people.
Makes sense to me.
Now, what are all your
you-
names, Saber?
You
No
enter
one
into the
can
space,
know
you're able
someone
to.
calls me Pancake.
Oh, nice. Saber's other name, Pancake.
I thought it was Sabretooth anyways, and we were calling you Saber, so...
Well, that's not his kitten name. That's not her kitten name. Her kitten name is Pancake. You are led into the camp. People are excited to see you, but a lot of people seem like tired and kind of scared and just like they've been displaced. And it seems that they're in a bit of a pickle, and Silbara is gonna like lead you over to like kind of their tent to like speak to all of you.
We will happily follow. Not happily, but hurriedly.
Urgently.
Yeah.
I will try to give you as much information as I can, so that you can assist. There are a lot of them. I am grateful that you have brought help, but... And like she kind of looks over at like her much larger community that was immediately overwhelmed.
I fear it's not only their numbers, but their weapons.
They devastated us. They were able to hit from quite a distance, and it was a devastating blow for those hit.
Hmm.
Between the different weapons we have seen them use, that is not surprising. But they do not seem to possess any magic. We may be able to use that to some degree.
We are all capable of magic. Well, not all of us, but most of the people in this community are, and it was daunting.
Hmm. That's concerning.
Perhaps we will need recruit more if we are to put up a decent defense.
I was wondering, Fury, if your people would be able to assist.
Perhaps it would be a fury that would be needed for such a feat.
Is your community in the roots?
It is.
I would be grateful for the assist, but Saber, you've been gone for weeks. If we had to wait that long, I'm not sure. If they're able to infiltrate the temple somehow, then we have failed.
Hmm. They haven't infiltrated it yet, have they?
Um, we sent scouts to try and watch, and then stopped after the last one did not return.
Hmm.
The last information we got about the camp was a large number of these individuals. It seems all of them have a weapon on them, and they had these large cages.
Hmm. Great.
Excuse me if this is out of turn, but is there anything in the temple that could help us? If it sounds like they are not able to just walk into the temple, is there something useful kept there that could help us against them?
Remikora Temple is a place of comfort and healing. Uh, Only the Archdruid is allowed full entry. Um, we have been in the beginning of the corridor to help lead in the trample lilies, but um, we cannot progress inward without the Archdruid. And from the things I have seen, if there is something there, I know not of it.
And we're still unsure of the Archdruid's state. They have not returned.
They have Peragio has not returned. We are unsure of if he is still with us.
We spoke to one of them not long ago, though I don't know how much we can trust their words. She seemed to think Peragio was in talks with them, but I
That
don't know.
is why he left, but I have not heard from him since.
Right.
And and I'm not saying that this has happened, but if the Archdruid has fallen, who then wears the mantle? or is it only passed down?
Um, I would be given the mantle of Archdruid, though I do not have the knowledge of how to open the temple, and the Archdruid usually gives that information to the next Archdruid. Um,
Hmm.
I would hope Tangelus would provide, and the knowledge would come to me as he knows that we are here to help, but
Right.
we would be at a disadvantage of helping the trample lilies.
Tangelus's beasts are reasoning to some degree.
Hmm?
When they go to the oasis, when they go to the lake there, what did you call it? Anyhow, they seem to have a truce. They seem to at least understand that that's a sacred place. We've shown we can talk to them. Some of them might not want to listen, but they could be allies in this if we could get the right ones. They're strong and capable.
Indeed. They have aided before in times of extreme invasion.
So Bara, I'm gonna just say looks like not confident about that. Like does not say anything because you guys are here and you're here to help.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
there is like
but
a
also,
ooh.
sure,
maybe.
Jan.
All right, like hey, maybe I don't know.
I think Fen is kind of, he's saying it sincerely, but like he's also, maybe people aren't getting a good read on him because his mind is like half drawn to like, shit, what am I stuck in? Like, I gotta help these people, but also the odds seem very bad. And if the odds are bad at our success, I don't get home. So, like, this is kind of dawning on him right now. Like, whatever we do, and I've got no idea because I'm not from here, like, it's, we've got to be successful in it, and we might only get one shot at it. So he just looks a little, he looks a little split in his, or distracted in his little mutterings of, "Oh, maybe we can ask the dinosaurs to help."
Spitz, do you have any way of contacting your kin?
Not directly, not from a distance. If you could lend that talent, if you can still do so today.
I could try. It just I don't know any of them.
I believe I can assist with that. I believe.
Does your
Spitz
mom?
Yeah, it's like I'm sure there's a pretty major leader that Spitz is in pretty direct contact with. I don't know if it's his mom. Maybe it's his mom. Is it his mom?
I was talking about Petrie's mom, but
Oh, there's
Yeah,
that.
he was saying that she.
I
He was
can
saying
ask
that
my
Petrie's
mom who
mom
she
knows the
knows.
lizard folk.
I can ask my mom
Oh,
to send
yeah.
help, I guess.
Yeah, mom, can you go to the roots for me? Okay, honey. All right.
Yeah, no problem, baby.
It's gonna take me
Okay.
like a month, but
Jesus.
I'm gonna let you know just a verbal description. The DC is gonna be spicy, and it's a luck check.
Spitz, do you have a picture of your family or anything? Do you carry
The
a
photo album.
drawing?
Behold the
He's
lineage.
definitely Family Guy.
The family tree.
Roshan always carried a book, and he had sketches in there, and there was, who knows what was in there, but I'm sure there were pictures that he had drawn at some point.
I refuse to believe that Spitz Fury has any doodles or like objects of like, and this is a little keepsake of my mom.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
Well,
nothing
Fen
like that. I'm
Fen does
sorry, my
not
dudes.
Fen does not know Spit's fury, and he is spitballing right now. He is just trying anything that might work.
Fair.
But I could just try if you give me a name. It apparently kind of works.
Do I have to improvise Spitz's contact's name? Let me
well,
think.
one of us would have to, and it's not
let me
gonna be
think.
me.
That makes sense.
Somebody here would have to improvise a name.
It would still take them a while to get
Got it.
here. But
Yeah. It would still be, if lucky, 2 weeks.
it feels like a really long time, unless they just like happen to be in the area.
They're like, oh, we were walking around.
That would be a bit of a long shot. But Spitz will give the name of uh Crowning Fury, my mother. She is of a height with me, no blue up the chin as I have, but similar scales along the back.
Mm,
I have her eyes as
yeah,
well.
I'm picturing it.
Blinks one eye, blinks the other eye.
Mm.
Okay, give me a 16 or higher on that dice.
Nope.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
what
It was
would you
very
say,
fair,
though?
though.
It's a seven.
But what were the words that you would have said to Spitz's mom? They may or may not land. You won't know.
No. Hey, Spitz mom. We could use some help with poachers at the Ramcore Temple. Are you free?
You up?
You up, girly?
They're killing Tantalus's kids.
Mm.
So let me know.
You do not receive a response.
Mm.
I don't think she's interested, Spitz. I don't know.
Very likely there is another more urgent matter at hand
Right.
in the roots. It
That
is
makes sense.
unpredictable there.
Mm.
Well, I think our best bet then is to take the night, and with your magic saber, we could perhaps sneak closer to their camp and see if we can locate Peragio. And
Mm.
if Peragio let them know that uh, they were the only one that could open it, they would probably keep them on hand at least to try and coerce that information out. So
Right.
if
That's-
there's reason for hope, but maybe tomorrow morning.
Yes, we definitely need to be at a better energy level.
I mean, if I'm sending messages to people I don't know, I could try that name.
I suppose if you'd like to try.
All right, I'm visualizing.
Okay, you
Hmm.
describe Peragio. Uh, and pretend that Saber is saying these words. Um, uh, Peragio is a caracal, warm, almost orange fur, dappled gray with age, large pointed ears with black tufts at the top. Older gentleman, cat.
All right, I got the vibe.
Okay, a 16 or higher on the dice,
Okay,
please.
great, great, great. How about a 5?
What do you say to
Man.
Peragio?
Probably, hey, Peragio, are you alive? Huh. Saber found me. We're trying to help you and get rid of these people. Got any good ideas? Thanks.
You do not receive a response back. Take that as you will.
Hmm.
Maybe it just works like only at most 1 or 2 times a day.
Thanks for trying.
Mhm.
Hey, Spitz. The Roots. Is that a region or a district? Or
It is a settlement along one edge of the tangle. Communities dug down into the ground, the roots, you see.
alright, maybe it's just a name then. I just knew someone who spoke through the roots, took guidance from the roots. She's named the matron. She was sounds fairly comparable to Peragio as an archdruid, just wandering community to community to help where she could. She'd help with a harvest here, deliver a child there, bring bounty and healing. Just made me think of home, that's all. Probably completely unrelated. I'm sure all the roots in Midgard don't reach the roots here.
Who is to say? The roots of the tangle reach far. Who is to say whether our roots, the roots of my community, may not reach further than we know?
I don't know. Again, just a thing that made me think of home.
Well, please take camp here, rest, eat, and I suppose do what you can tomorrow.
We must.
I can help take watch for a while.
I will also take a shift.
You
all are.
sleep.
Anyone's welcome to take watch. We
Bonk.
already have existing shifts, so you do not need to worry about that unless you would like to. But we are covered.
Yeah, Fen needs these people to survive, so he only needs 4 hours of meditation. He's going to do everything he can to give these people the best possible odds.
Let us rest.
Very well.
Is there anything that anybody wanted to do or discuss while in the camp? I'm not going to ask for planning things because I know that'll take 30 minutes. So that is not what I am requesting here. I'm just seeing if there's anything else anybody wanted to do or say.
Is there any one of their guards that looks like a keen-eyed marksman?
There's one who has a bow.
Going to give the gun and the ammunition to that person.
I don't know how to use this.
Um. Well, maybe we can. Maybe we can look at it and see if we can figure out how without actually firing it.
Okay. Um, I'm not even going to give a roll for this. I don't think in the evening you can figure out how to use this device efficiently, um, without without a firing practice to know if you have accomplished something or not. You're like, you put the ball in, you tilt it, ball fall out, and you go, "Is that what it's supposed to do?" And you put ball in, move it around. You're like, honestly, I don't know if it's working or not. And this person's like, and no, hold on. Scroll, enhance. Um, Crag does not help much. Is doing their best. Have
Okay.
one eyeball. They gave him the bow and arrow. He's got this.
I mean,
But you
he's
both are able to
always
like look at
sighting
it.
down one eye.
He's got it. He's got it.
He's
but
got it.
But I'm going to say in the span of an evening, you are not able to parse this out without firing it. Um, Anything else from anybody?
I think if there is a group around a campfire, then Nick would ask to hear campfire stories and then fall asleep during them.
Yeah, I think at least the tabaxis that are around are always content to tell some sort of story. Anybody else?
Peachy's probably gonna try to talk to Tangela's, asking for some kind of guidance from right now because it seems like this is really bad, and maybe I didn't get enough information.
Uh, Roll religion. Or roll, what did we make up for the thing that lets me not roll like shit? Unless your religion's really good, you're welcome to roll that. But
It was like some other modifier. I don't remember.
yeah, what did we do? It was like
Proficiency plus something.
charisma. Was it charisma or your spellcasting modifier plus
Yeah.
something?
Proficiency spellcasting modifier, I think.
Sure, proficiency in spellcasting modifier. We can say that for now.
Oh, that's okay. It's a natural 20 anyway.
All right.
So that's, if we do that, 24, 27.
Okay. You're gonna take time to pray. What does that look like?
I think he has to refresh the marks, all the paint on him as a part of it. Just normally they just are, enjoying the space at the temple. It's normally a lot of sitting around, just hanging out with the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this, it's like, well, very different. Everyone here started talking or going to bed, so he's just kind of hanging out by the end of the forest, the camp, paints the stripes on himself, and like messes a bit with the medallion, and just kind of talking to himself slash the air, like posing questions, like, "So I know you gave me this prophecy, I think." But I don't think it gave me everything other than I was supposed to go get this egg, like help the egg, but I don't think we have enough to help it right now. It seems very dangerous. Unless that was the point. Is there a way maybe you could help us get more people on our side? So this doesn't seem like enough. Or if there's something I'm missing, oh, even a little bit, that'd be great.
Okay. You reach out to Tangelus.
Mm-hmm.
Saber, is there anything you're doing?
I feel like she wants to talk to Sabrilla, but is kind of feeling defeated and not very confident in her reaction to, showing up with 4 people.
Uh-huh.
um, so I think she's just sort of sticking to herself at the moment.
Okay. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram. If you'd like to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook. If you want to watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods to see how we got here, you can go over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult to watch past episodes, watch older campaigns and one shots and games, including Gossamer Vale, a Celtic mythology campaign run by Katie, which goes live every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And lucky for you, that week this week. So you can join us on Thursday for a we did an infiltration and now we are doing an outfiltration so that we can once again do an infiltration. As we were successful in accomplishing some of our goals, but had to leave for our safety and the people that we found safety, saving some prisoners and some children, uh, and have to now hopefully get away as we run away from the bandit town and head back the next day for war. So that's where we are, and you can see how that goes on Thursday. If you want these dice that done what roll good when they supposed to and bad when they supposed to because they love to tell a story, you can go to the link in the chat or the box below as Katie makes beautiful dice that love to tell a story. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it, and we love telling a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.